Ramen is one of the most popular foods in the world. No matter where you are, you can find it, whether it's dried in a package or served hot and fresh. But no matter how many times you've enjoyed those distinctive curly noodles, there are a ton of things that you probably never knew about ramen. Before we start, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to learn more secret facts about the foods you love. Let's get started. Instant ramen may be the choice food for broke college students.
I ate a lot of ramen noodles in college.
But did you know it was considered to be a luxury food when it first came out? The original sale price for instant ramen in Japan in 1958 was a whopping 35 yen. While that may seem dirt cheap to us, at the time, you could buy 6 packages of fresh udon noodles for the same price. During the US occupation of Japan after World War II, the sale of food was illegal. However, foods like ramen were still being sold in the black markets. Around this time, Japan experienced one of the lowest rice harvests in decades and was on the verge of famine. To combat this, the US exported large amounts of wheat to the country, which eventually found its way into the hands of the black market vendors. The locals flocked to the black market ramen stalls for survival as it was extremely affordable. But because of the ban on food sales, many ramen vendors were arrested. Despite this, vendors continued to sell it, and after the lifting of the ban, it came to be one of the most essential foods in the country. In Japan, it's customary to slurp your noodles. However, some people find the sound of slurping incredibly off-putting. So Nissin, the creators of instant ramen, developed a noise-canceling fork. The fork has built-in microphones and connects to your smartphone. When you begin slurping, an app on your phone will play a whooshing sound to mask the sound of your slurps. So instead of this, you get this. Unfortunately, Nissin cancelled sales of the fork as interest in it was too low, much to the dismay of those who hate the sound of slurping. When Momofuku Ando, the creator of instant ramen, visited America, he got inspiration when he observed Americans eating his creation in a peculiar manner. They would break the noodles in half, add them into a paper cup, and pour hot water over them. In 1971, he invented the iconic cup noodle that would forever change his company, Nissin, and the world. So thank you, America, for being the inspiration of one of Japan's most popular inventions. Also, make sure you hit that like button to show your love for cup noodles. It took a bloody, violent incident to make cup noodles an instant success. In February of 1972, several months after the release of cup noodles, a hostage crisis known as the Asama Sanso incident occurred, in which 5 armed members of the Communist United Red Army broke into a holiday lodge and took the lodgekeeper's wife hostage. Police surrounded the lodge and a standoff lasted for 10 days. Because of the freezing outdoor temperatures of minus 15 degrees Celsius, the meals provided to the police would freeze, making them inedible. They were then provided cup noodles, which proved to be the perfect food for this kind of situation. The incident was extensively broadcasted live all over the country, where millions of viewers watched police chow down on this peculiar yet amazingly ingenious food. Sales of cup noodles soon exploded as people bought them as emergency food and later as an all-around convenient meal. Think the Chinese or Japanese invented ramen noodles? Think again. We have the Mongolians to thank for their creation. Ramen noodles have a unique, springy, slightly chewy, and bouncy texture, as well as that classic yellow color. This texture and coloring comes from an ingredient called kansui, a slightly alkaline water. Hundreds of years ago, areas in Inner Mongolia were producing these unique style of noodles because the lakes in those areas contained minerals that made the water more alkaline. This type of noodle became so popular that alkaline water is still used to produce ramen noodles today. Burgers have fries, cookies have milk, but what are some classic pairings for ramen? Well, it's quite popular to have ramen with gyoza, pan-fried dumplings. Ramen and fried rice is also a classic carb-heavy combination. A lot of people love a meal of ramen, white rice, and a side of pickles. And last but not least is the classic combo of ramen and an ice-cold beer. In certain vending machines in Japan, you can find canned ramen. The cans are kept warm in the machine and even comes with a small fold-out fork. The big difference between this and regular ramen is that the noodles aren't wheat noodles, but shirataki noodles. These noodles are derived from the root of the konjac plant. You may have seen these noodles being sold as low-carb miracle noodles in the West. They're served in a milky white tonkotsu or pork bone broth, along with a small bit of meat. Instant ramen is the furthest thing from health food, but its freshly made brother is actually full of vitamins, minerals, and can be great for the liver. The key ingredient to this is bonito, a type type of fish that is dried and used to make the base stock for ramen. Japanese researchers have shown that bonito stock helps to strengthen the liver as well as preventing hypertension and arteriosclerosis. Another key ingredient, kelp, is a flavor-packed superfood that has 5 times the amount of calcium as milk and has been shown to help lower cholesterol. Think the Japanese eat the most instant ramen in the world? Think again. In 2015, the World Instant Noodles Association found that China and Hong Kong ate the most at 40.43 billion servings combined. Indonesia came in second at 13.2 billion servings. Japan comes in at third place, consuming 5.54 billion servings, and not far behind at fifth place is the United States at 4.2 billion servings. So before you run out and grab yourself a pack of ramen, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more amazing food videos like this.